Hey, folks. Good evening. It is Thursday, February 5th, 2026. You're listening to the Daily Ledger Show, and I am your host, Dennis Sert. Great to be here with you tonight. We got some good stories we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the release of GPT 5.3 Codex, as well as Claude Opus 4.6. So some of the newest models from the sort of AI companies here. Some of the most coveted jobs in America aren't safe anymore, from the Washington Post. I'm going to see if I can get more Washington Post articles in here. NASA astronauts can now bring their phones with them on their mission to the moon. AWS revenue continues to soar as cloud demand remains high. Substack confirms data breach affects users' email addresses and phone numbers. Yikes. Before we get into all that, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, hit the like button, leave a comment. Make sure to share this with your friends. And yeah, let's get into it here. Introducing GPT 5.3 Codex. This is straight from OpenAI. Basically, better agentic capabilities. And believe it or not, it was built by coding itself. That's right. So they used GPT 5.2 Codex to write GPT 5.3 Codex. So it's funny because, like, I can't even imagine that this wasn't going on before. And it's like suddenly, 4 years, closer to 3, but like, let's call it 4 years after October 2022. Now that we're in 2026, they say, oh, well, we finally used our own AI agent, our own AI models to improve our AI models. It's like, okay. Like, if you're that late, you might as well just not say anything. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not within like a window of that it's appropriate and like socially acceptable to do something in, right? Then it's like, if you miss that window of time, then just don't do it at all. But yeah, so that's what's going on here. At the same time, Anthropic released their Claude Opus 4.6 model, and it thinks through bigger code bases. I was looking at some benchmarks. Apparently, it does quite well. So there you go. I'm quite excited. This is TechCrunch covering that same thing, Opus 4.6, with new agent teams. So apparently there are teams of agents now that I guess Opus 4.6 is sort of offering. Teams of agents that can split larger tasks into segmented jobs. Instead of one agent working through tasks, you can split the work across multiple agents, each owning its piece and coordinating directly with the others, the company says. So here's the thing, and this actually ties into the next article, right? In the next segment, but it's like, I mean, let me just say it how it is, right? Like, the more I use AI in sort of like a workforce setting, in a traditional workforce setting, it's like the more I realize, like, if the market were to catch up like tomorrow, no, like 90% of software engineering jobs would just be decimated. The only reason why traditional software engineering is still like around is because the market hasn't caught up yet. And here's the thing, like, workers understand this, right? So here's a piece by the Washington Post. Some of the most coveted jobs in America aren't safe. Tech workers continue to lose their jobs in droves, even as the economy shows positive signs. So It says the concern is if you say anything negative about AI, it's death for your career. It's so dumb because like if you say anything against AI, you're like kind of in the wrong. Like you're just objectively in the wrong. Like if you say, "Oh no, I'm a Luddite. Like I don't adopt new technology. I don't like AI." Okay, well you're just wrong and you need to go. You know what I'm saying? So that's like you'll find a lot of people who are apathetic to AI and they're just kind of worried about, you know, other things, right? But it's like the people who are just like make it a thing, make it part of their personality to where it's like, oh, I hate AI. AI will never code as good as me because I'm me. I'm the best coder I know. It's like, no, AI is an amalgamation of the best coders in human history. Okay. It will always be able to code better than you. You are nothing. Like, it's kind of like what Jimmy McGill says to Howard Hamlin in like season 6 of Better Call Saul. He's like, you are a teensy tiny, like teeny weeny little bubble. Um, and then he kind of rants, right? So Howard Hamlin is like exiting the building, and then Jimmy goes, "Yeah, walk away, Howard." And he goes like, "I'm so much better than you. I'm like a god in human clothing. Lightning bolts shoot from my fingertips." Right? Anyway, so there's an analogy to be made with that scene there where Jimmy McGill is kind of Howard Hamlin for not being involved in sort of in that show, in the context of that show, sort of like being a lawyer and a quote friend of the cartel. But in this case, it's like being a friend of AI, right? It's like, being involved with the AI, right? And it's like Howard Hamlin in that sort of analogous scene represents sort of the boomers, or maybe sort of like the Luddites, or maybe just like these traditional software engineers, maybe with like a huge ego. Um, and so, anyways, so this article goes on, and another thing that I thought was interesting was this actually the ending sort of parting shot of this article. So it's a quote, "I won't take employment for granted anymore," he said. "You have to keep multiple irons in the fires because you never know when the carpet will get pulled out from under you." Yeah, that's kind of how it is. Like a team of 10, like let's say in 2021, can like the work that a team of 10 can do, or could have done in 2021, that work can now be done with one person. Like it can be done with 0.5 people. Like, so I guess I would mean like 20 people in 2021 can be done with one person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of wild. And again, just kind of looping back to what I said before, the only reason why those 19 other people in the 20-person example, or in the 10-person example, why those 9 other people haven't been fired yet is because the market hasn't caught up yet. It's as simple as that. Astronauts can now bring their phones with them on their mission to the moon. It's like that Chainsmokers song from 2014, #selfie. There you go. They're going to be blasting that all the way from like the moon and Mars. AWS revenue continues to soar as cloud demand remains high. Apparently, they did really well. Company reported Thursday that their cloud service business recorded a $35.6 billion, or recorded $35.6 billion in revenue in the fourth quarter of 2025. This figure marks a 24% year over year increase. And it's the business segment's largest growth rate in 13 quarters. So they're kind of running laps around everyone else in sort of the cloud industry. I myself was kind of hemorrhaging cash going straight into the AWS's pocket. I decided to suture that in that analogy. So I am no longer hemorrhaging cash into AWS's hand. Um, I think I don't want to go too much into this, but I'll just say I want to get into the asset economy. I think that's what's up. Substack confirms data breach affects users' email addresses and phone numbers. I'm reaching out to let you know about a security incident that resulted in the email address and phone number from your Substack account being shared without your permission, said Best in the email to users. I'm incredibly sorry that this happened. We take our responsibility to protect your data and your privacy seriously, and we came up short here. I'm so sorry. You know what I have to say to Best, who's the Substack chief executive, Chris Best? Give up now. Turn off the servers. Shut down all cloud computing. The back end and the front end. The mobile app. Give all your money back to the VCs. You don't deserve it. It's over. And with that, I bid you all adieu. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.